Hey squad, it's your friend Sarge, and we're here to talk about first aid kits again. I want to say thank you to Rhino Rescue for sending out a couple more items for me to review for the audience. I have looked at and reviewed numerous first aid kits that were supposedly designed for the prepping community. I have to say that Rhino Rescue is the brand that I trust, is the brand that I have chosen to endorse, and I think that they are going to have everything that you need to meet your needs as a prepper, hiker, backpacker, whatever you're doing out there. So let's go ahead and get into this, and let's check out what they sent us this time. Okay, so first of all, we got a little mini first aid booklet. And let's see what we got in here. Okay, great. So for those of you who have been wondering, again, first of all, I recommend that you take classes, but you know, if you need to brush up a little bit, they have instructions here on how to apply a tourniquet, how to apply the chest seal. These are two items that most of your store-bought first aid kits are just not going to include. And these are two items that I think as preppers, we absolutely should have in our kit, because the kind of things that we talk about when we prepare for are serious situations, and a tourniquet and a chest seal absolutely can save your life or a loved one's life until you can get to a higher level of care. Okay, and then we got some information here on how to apply bandages and splints, compressed gauze, how to apply that to different types of wounds. We're going to be doing some more videos about this kind of stuff too. You have the nasal airway NPA item, and the eye patch, eye penetrating cover. We're going to look at all this stuff, don't worry. And then basic first aids for like burns, sprains, external bleeding, CPR, hands-only CPR, emergency blankets, how to use those, how to stabilize a fracture or a break, or hand dislocation, as it says. This is a really cool little mini first aid booklet that it will cover a lot of your basics. Again, I do recommend you take a class, or several classes actually. Then you've got your TCC card for marking a person that, you know, injuries that you've been working on, what time, what their pulse was, all that kind of stuff. Let's get to this one last. Let's look at the big first aid kit that they sent. Now, I believe this one here, let me back out the camera a little more. I believe this one here is the IFAC trauma kit. They have numerous kits on their website, so I encourage you to go and check those out. And I love that it opens up wide like this. You can check out all the contents. If you're in an emergency, you want to be able to get to your stuff quickly. Let's go ahead and start taking some of this out and take a look at it. Starting on this side, you've got emergency bandage, and it is really compressed nice. All the air has been taken out of that so they can fit in there really easily. I am not going to open that up right now. Then you've got some compressed gauze. I might open up one of these on another little shorts video to kind of show you some couple little different techniques. So we got two of those in there. I love elastic rolling bandage. This is something that a lot of the store-bought kits don't include as well. This is really good for after you've covered up a wound, or put, you know, your power ball inside the wound, and then you're going to wrap it with the elastic bandage. Again, we might open that one up so I can show you how to do some of that stuff in another video. Got some medical tape. Again, I love medical tape. I might actually add a little bit more to this kit. And there's more. That's what I love about these Rhino Rescue kits, is they are just jam-packed with great stuff. Okay, dry burn dressing, awesome. Triangular bandage. This should be in all of your first aid kits. You should have first aid kits at home, in your vehicle, in your bug out bag, in your get home bag, right? So you should have, in most cases, for us preppers, minimum of 4 really good sized kits. Okay. And this is one of those things, if you've ever had a serious injury, like I had an emergency surgery years ago, and I had to do changing the dressings and the bandages every day so it doesn't get infected. You don't realize how much first aid supplies you need until you're in that situation. And I promise you that most of us do not have as much as we think we need. These are what I really like. These chest seals. Basically, if somebody has a massive puncture wound from, say, like a gunshot, because we were in an SHTF situation, this will buy you some time until you can get proper medical care. Okay, these are awesome. Love chest seals, and you need to, you know, again, you should take a class to learn how to properly use them. But that book will at least help get you started. And then you got a larger abdominal pad. Very, very good. All right, I think that's it for that side. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, and there's your nasal airway. All right. Emergency blanket, really good to keep some of these around. If somebody is in shock or hypothermia, then this will, of course, buy you a little bit of time and get their body warmed up a little bit. But again, you probably going to want to get them to a higher level of care as fast as you can. This is just a little pen, I think. Just like a kind of like one of those write anywhere pens. And that would be good for like if you need to write on the tourniquet or even on the patient's arm. Sometimes you'll see that, like, you know, what time the tourniquet was applied, that kind of stuff. This looks like it's a tourniquet. Yep. And for those who are asking, this is a cat tourniquet. These are torture tested. You can go on Rhino Rescue's website. They're high quality. You know, I trust them, but if you're curious or you're worried about it, because I get a lot of questions about these, go on their website and you can watch the videos where they're torture tested. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put these over here so I can try to keep stuff the way it came out. All right. Then you got some medical shears. I will probably put these on the outside of the pack so they're quickly accessible. That's generally my preference. And this is, okay, so this was the IFAC Individual First Aid Kit Special Edition. I'm getting that from the tag there. And then I love these moldable splints too. Okay. Now you can, of course, bushcraft a splint and improvise something in the field, but I really like these here. All right, we got one more little pocket over here on the left side. Let's see what they sent us on that side. Okay, you've got a mouth-to-mouth mask for doing CPR. You got some gloves. I will probably add a little bit more to my pack. I like to have a few extra pairs in there. You've got the eye shield for eye injuries. You've got some burn gel. Love this. Good stuff. And some lubricating jelly. I don't want to hear any funny comments from you, Bacon. I can see it already in my comment section. No, I'm just kidding. You can leave me a funny comment. Let's see. I think that's more eye patches. Yep, eye pads. Yep. Cool. Good stuff. You got some safety pins. This tongue depressor. Yep, tongue depressor. That's like, I call these knuckle bandages. So it looks like it's a mix of different types of finger bandages. I like to have a ton of finger bandages, so I will add some finger bandages to this kit, but there are some that are included. And then, again, just some wound compress, which is kind of similar to the gauze, but it's a little bit thinner for, you know, lighter wounds, okay? So that is the main IFAC SE kit. Again, they have all kinds of different ones. They have smaller ones for, you know, you ultralight backpackers, things like that. But also something else I want you to check out on their website is they have refill kits, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I'll pause the camera in a second and clean this up, and then we'll take a look inside the wound closure refill kit. But there's several different types of refill kits on their website. And remember, I've got a discount code for you. We'll go ahead and flash that right now before I do the pause. And that will get, using my link and my discount code, will get you a little bit of a discount. Also helps me out, a little bit of a commission for the channel so I can continue to produce great content for you. But that commission comes at their cost, not yours. It's no additional cost to you. All right, let's go ahead and open this up and see what's in these refill kits. Of course, it's going to show you on the back too, but we want to see it, right? Like, we want to handle it and get our hands on this thing. Okay, again, you have some first aid instructions on there. More of the elastic roller bandage. Again, I really love this. I think you cannot have enough of this stuff, especially if you're a prepper. Okay, we got some more wound compresses. Looks like 4 of those. Some more gloves. Another pair of medical shears. Some alcohol prep pads. Always good to have some of those. Oh, and we've got some BZK antiseptic. All right. All good stuff. Got some more of that BZK there. BZK, sorry. BZK antiseptic. Some more medical tape. I love this stuff. Some more wound compresses. Again, think of this as like thin gauze, if you will. It's like there's about 4 of those. Okay, these are awesome. If you cannot get stitches because, you know, getting to the hospital is just not possible because SHTF has happened, or it could be just something like here when there's a hurricane going on. You know, they don't want you out on the streets, and when it's at the peak of the hurricane, they actually tell you not to leave your house and that first responders can't get to you. Okay, so you are, if a branch comes through your window and hits one of your family members, you are the first responder. Okay, and that goes true for, you know, tornadoes, other situations as well, right? Train derailments. Think about, you know, what's local for your area. These are really handy if you can't get to the hospital to get stitches. And you know what? Maybe we'll do a little video with those as well. All right, and then you got some more transparent dressings. I think these are similar to the chest seals, but basically it's basically like a bandage that you can put over a large wound, but you're going to be able to see what's going on in there. So that could be, so I'm sorry, it's not the same as a chest seal. So you can see what's going on in the wound, if it's getting infected, if it's bleeding again, that kind of thing. So those are kind of cool. You know, this is, of course, some of this stuff, if you ever have to deal with it, is gruesome, but hey, that's the reality of prepping, isn't it, right? All right, folks, I think you are going to like their stuff. Again, I have checked out many first aid kits from all kinds of different companies, and I believe that Rhino Rescue is the right choice for the prepping community. Happy to endorse them. Let's go ahead and put my QR code and discount code up on the screen again right now. Please make sure you check them out. Tell them Prepping with Sarge sent you. And again, I think that everybody out there needs to have way more first aid supplies than we currently do. This is not something that you want to run out of, folks. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget to check in the description below for some discount codes that I think you will enjoy. Products that I think will help you on your preparedness journey, and products that I personally endorse myself, use, have tested, or have vetted in some way or the other, okay? So please check them out. They're big supporters to this channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching my video. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.